Hello everyone, welcome back to our amazing YouTube family. The beginning of the week can be a bit of a struggle for many of us, but we've got something uplifting to share that might just help lighten the load. Heartland has returned for its 15th season, and it's already bringing that familiar warmth and comfort we've all been craving. There's something so reassuring about knowing that we can return to these characters and their stories, especially as the seasons begin to change and the days grow shorter. For longtime fans, there's truly nothing quite like ending the weekend by watching a heartfelt new episode and stepping into the week with renewed energy. And during these crisp October days, each episode feels even more special, like curling up in your favorite blanket, hands wrapped around a warm mug of tea. It's soothing, nostalgic, and exactly what many of us need right now. With all that excitement building, let's take a closer look at everything that happened in the first episode of the new season. Titled Moving Toward the Light, the episode opens on a tranquil and familiar note. Soft, peaceful music plays as the camera sweeps across the stunning Alberta landscape. It's a beautifully crafted moment that immediately brings us back to the heart of the show, the land, the ranch, and the people who call it home. The calm is soon interrupted by surprising news. Jack learns that Mitch is planning to sell his herd of cattle. This unexpected announcement becomes one of the main threads throughout the episode. Jack, clearly taken aback, approaches Tim with a suggestion: they could buy the herd together and keep it within the family. But Tim isn't on board with the idea. His refusal leaves Jack a little discouraged, though not defeated. Later, it's a moment of simple wisdom from Lindy that gives Jack the push he needs. The young girl tells him, "If you want something so much, you can get it." Those innocent yet inspiring words reignite Jack's determination, and he decides to go ahead with the purchase on his own. Mitch, appreciating the gesture and happy that the herd will stay in the family, agrees to sell to Jack. It's a quiet but meaningful victory that reflects the show's themes of resilience, family, and commitment to tradition. Meanwhile, Amy is going through her own emotional journey as she prepares to send Lindy off to her very first preschool camp. Lindy is excited about the experience, full of the kind of joy and anticipation only a child can have. Amy, however, is understandably nervous. The thought of being apart from her daughter, even for a short time, stirs up anxiety and protective instincts. Lou encourages Amy to go through with it, suggesting that it would be good not just for Lindy, but for Amy too, to begin allowing space and independence to grow. In the end, Amy agrees. Thankfully, Lindy has a wonderful time at the camp. The warm, welcoming environment and the new friends she makes help ease both her transition and Amy's worries. It's a lovely subplot that highlights how parenting is often about letting go a little, even when it's hard. While this is unfolding, a subplot involving a visiting performer adds another layer of complexity and growth to Amy's story. This performer is a former acquaintance of a friend of Amy's and has arrived at the ranch in need of help with 2 horses. Amy, always willing to lend her expertise, agrees to assist. But it doesn't take long for friction to develop between the two women. Their approaches to horse care are vastly different. The performer is laser-focused on one of the horses, essentially ignoring the other, which leads to issues. Amy tries to offer helpful guidance, but her advice is met with resistance. The performer lashes out, questioning Amy's qualifications and sensitivity, striking a nerve that clearly goes beyond just a difference of opinion. As Amy's birthday nears, her first without Ty, the emotional weight of the occasion hangs quietly in the background. Amy prefers to keep things low-key, still processing her grief in her own way. Yet, her family begins planning a small, intimate celebration to honor her. In an unexpectedly tender moment, Lindy takes it upon herself to bridge the gap between her mom and the performer. The young girl visits the woman who had earlier clashed with Amy and shares something deeply personal: that her dad is in heaven. Her honesty and innocence touch the performer, who sees the situation in a new light. Moved by Lindy's words, she decides to stay and perform for Amy as a gift. The result is a genuinely beautiful moment. Amy joins in the music, and later, Lindy puts on a little show of her own. It turns what could have been a difficult day into something filled with love, remembrance, and healing. The performer's gesture also helps mend the rift between her and Amy. In a vulnerable conversation, the guest admits she has always felt overshadowed by Amy when they moved in the same circles. Amy, in turn, shares that she often wonders what her life might have been like if she had chosen a different path, one that included performing and travel instead of staying rooted in one place. Through this shared honesty, they find common ground and part on good terms, their tension dissolved through understanding and mutual respect. Elsewhere in the episode, the emotional complexities continue to unfold as Lou navigates her own relationship challenges. She finds out about Mitch's cattle sale only after it's already in motion, and the fact that she wasn't told directly stings. Although she and Mitch have maintained contact since their breakup, this decision feels like a boundary has been crossed. At the same time, her relationship with Peter remains complicated. They speak often, but there's an emotional undercurrent that hasn't been fully addressed. Peter has never brought up a heartfelt phone call in which he confessed his feelings. An admission that contributed to Lou's decision to break things off with Mitch. Lou, conflicted and unsure, tells Amy that she doesn't think she can tell Peter the truth. For now, she decides to focus on herself, accepting that she may still have feelings for both men, but needing time and space to figure things out. Then, in a surprise that catches everyone off guard, Tim and Jessica return from a long trip and announce that they've gotten married. The revelation is delivered casually, almost as an afterthought, which makes it all the more endearing. The family reacts with shock, then joy, embracing the couple and their spontaneous decision. Even though Tim and Jessica don't yet have a permanent place to settle down, their happiness is undeniable. They're content living in the moment, and that sense of ease and commitment sets a hopeful tone for the season ahead. Overall, this first episode of season 15 was filled with the kind of emotional depth, growth, and heartfelt storytelling that fans of Heartland have come to love. From quiet moments of reflection to meaningful character interactions and surprise developments, the episode felt like a warm homecoming. It reminded us all why the series holds such a special place in so many hearts. The long wait for this season was absolutely worth it. How did you feel watching this opening episode? Do you think season 15 has the potential to help ease the lingering sorrow from the heartbreaking events of season 14? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.